Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the daytime TV shows that we're doing is The Young and the Restless. Okay, I love The Young and the Restless. Okay, so here's the thing about The Young and the Restless. So, this past week on The Young and the Restless, we saw a lot more of Chelsea, and, you know, because you remember how last week it ended with Victor, you know, is the one who was sending her those horrible texts, and then he put the money out on the table, and he's like, hey, you know. So this week we found out he basically put it to Chelsea that she needs to stop this, and he won't say anything, otherwise she's going to jail. So then he gives the money back to Lauren, and he says, this is yours, but you can have it if you promise not to say anything to anyone. She's like, okay. So she agrees to it, but then she goes and then she tells Phyllis, and Phyllis is like, Victor's involved? Oh yeah, it's totally Chelsea, right? Okay, so then Phyllis is now, you know how Phyllis is, she's on a rampage now, which I don't want to say it's out of character because, I mean, hello. Phyllis is nuts, right? She's always been crazy. But it doesn't make that much sense out of everyone on the show for her to go after Chelsea. Unless they're trying to set up a big reunion with Nick, which could be possible. But I always thought that they would be setting up a reunion between Nick and Sharon. But, I mean, maybe it'll be another Nick, Sharon, and Phyllis triangle. I mean, if that's the case, then I'm sorry. I'd be a little disappointed because we've gone there so many times before. At least twice. So, I mean, that's too much. That's too much. Okay. So that doesn't make that much sense. So finally, at the end of Friday's episode, so all week, you know, we were finding out all about, you know, and I got to give Chelsea props because, well, first of all, I'm not understanding the motivation for her to pull this scam. This doesn't make that much sense to me because basically all she did was she changed a letter in the domain name for the Chelsea 2.0 website that is hosted by Fenmore's. And that was it, just the Chelsea 2.0 shop, not anywhere else on Fenmore's, right? So she then sold directly, she made a copycat site, and then she sold her clothes directly to the people and pocketed the cash. Now here's the thing about all of this. Is it really illegal what she did? I don't think it is. Because she didn't copy any other parts of the website. She is a designer. Unless she's got some sort of exclusive deal with Fenmore's, and maybe she might. Maybe she might. But even still, I mean, is it so bad to want to sell your products to the people directly so that you don't have to pay a middleman like Lauren Fenmore? And would Lauren Fenmore have even noticed that this money was gone? I mean, she wouldn't, because you might see, maybe you might see a slump in sales on your actual Chelsea store, and you'd be like, that's kind of weird, you know, in your online sales, but you would still have your in-person sales. So this whole thing is kind of like, it doesn't make that much sense, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. It really isn't. I mean, and it was only for $250,000. So it's $250,000, which really, for a company as big as Fenmore's, that's got to be a drop in the bucket. So, yes, I get the principle. You don't want someone, you know, taking money from you. I understand that. But it still seems like this reaction is a little bit over the top. And I don't even know why Chelsea's doing it. When Adam died, I'm sure when Adam died, I'm sure he left all his money to Chelsea and Connor, right? She's dating Nick Newman. Now, she did come up with a couple good excuses. The first one was she told Victor that she got scared when Nick gave away his inheritance. And so she felt like she had to get some more money. Okay, that's fine. You know, that makes sense. Whatever. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily go that route, but okay, okay. And then she told Nick that she had been lying to him because they've been having back and forth tension all week, you know, all kinds of crazy fights and misunderstandings and and deception on both ends. And basically, she said, "Look, I did lie to you. I did know something about this website. I found out after the fact that it was actually Jordan who is pulled that scam because he has done it many times before, and because Nick walked in on her talking with Jordan, and that was another misunderstanding that, you know, he was like, oh my god, she's back to being a con artist, and she was like, Jordan has pulled this before, so I'm disappointed that he chose my store to do it to, but you know, but it's done now, so you know." And Nick seems to have believed her. And then Phyllis was like, I'm just going to tell everyone anyways. Because they were all at this party. Because Noah had this dinner at the top of the tower to tell everyone he's moving to India. Well, I got to give the show props because that is a random location. But, you know, good for, okay, you go. You go, Noah Newen. You have a good time. Because let's be real, I mean, it kind of makes sense because they've kind of written Noah into a corner and there's not a lot you can do with him. So, especially though, the way he reacted with the whole Tessa Mariah thing, like, I get being pissed off at Mariah at first. But he shouldn't have ever been mad at Tessa. I'm not going to lie to you because Mariah kissed Tessa, you know, and Tessa rebuffed her and said she was in love with Noah. And then Noah's like, oh, you want to be with my sister? And it's like, what? And rewind, how many straight guys do you know would be like that about their girlfriend if their girlfriend, you know, floated on both sides of the fence? How many? I mean, really? I mean, now granted, he wouldn't want a threesome because she is his sister, Mariah is, so, you know. But, I mean, I would be like, okay, let's find you another lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that could be an ultimate fantasy, but I guess because it is daytime television, they can't be that real, I guess. Although, if you think about it, you know, on Passions, they had a hermaphrodite give birth to his own baby, which was crazy, hilarious, and she was sleeping with their sister's boyfriend. It's crazy. It was a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but it was hilarious. But it was great. So you never know. I mean, you know, every now and then daytime does something very surprising, and it's like, you know. But I don't know. Okay, so this whole I have to say this because this is so important. So this past week was Colleen's birthday, and on the previously on the Young and the Restless scenes that they've been doing, you know, they showed a few flashbacks with Colleen, between Colleen and JT. So JT then went to Tracy Abbott's house on Colleen's birthday, and he sat with Tracy, and they had a talk reminiscing about Colleen, and it was actually incredible. I mean, especially Beth Maitland. I mean, she plays Tracy. She was so good. I mean, she was breaking my heart, you know, and she was telling JT, she was like, you know, you saved her life, and you were her hero. And he's like, I couldn't save her that last time. And she's like, but you tried, and that's why you're my hero. Oh my God, that was it. Tears. I was like, oh my God, you better get it. Oh, she was so good. So good. Yeah, she's phenomenal. I think she is great. She really is incredible. And apparently Jack is now hatching some scheme to get Ashley to leave Newman Enterprises and come back. And he's teaming up with Victoria to do it, which is a little weird, but it makes sense because Victoria hates her and wants her out of the company and feels very threatened, and she's insecure. And Jack feels like Ashley will be hurt by Victor, so he wants to get her out of Victor's lair. So they set it up to make it look like Ashley is actually sent to Newman by the Abbotts and is spying on information for the Abbotts. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless, or you can also hashtag GH to talk General Hospital. I'll be doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And while you're on my YouTube channel, you can look around and you can find my show Storytime with Angel Benton, where I tell stories about my life. Alrighty, everyone, have a wonderful day. Yeah, have a great day. Why not? Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.